while the US may clamp down on Buhari and more, every single Nigerian is patiently waiting and looking at the odds in the coming year. 2020 is not just the beginning of a new decade, it will be the year many progressives continue to fight for a better and changed Nigeria. It will also be the beginning of the end for the other factors that have turned Nigeria upside down in the past 25 years. It is very obvious that the United States are taking Buhari's matter seriously. In the last few weeks before Showore's release, they have issued series of letters and notable senators have called out the tyrant for abusing the fundamental rights of Nigerians, especially journalists. In total, in 2020, we will see more of US intervention in the political matters of Nigeria because that is exactly what will be significant in nailing Buhari. Igbo will continue the Biafra struggle. Nnamdi Kanu has been patiently waiting for a progressive like him to push the fight for a changed Nigeria or a secession, and since Showore has been at the forefront for a revolution in the past few months, Kanu will see the reason to continue the Biafra struggle he abandoned for a while. This will have a huge impact in the political climate of the Igbos, leading Biafra to succeed or eventually bet an Igbo president. Tinubu will become irrelevant among the Southwesterners. Many are of the opinion that Tinubu is already going overboard by keeping an eye on the 2023 presidential seat. As much as it is his democratic right, many feel it is unnecessary for him to want to become president, especially because he has so many skeletons in his cupboard and he has been reportedly dumped by the Buhari cabal. In the case of these Boko boys, they may wreak more havoc. The Buhari administration is not doing enough to convince us that Boko Haram will be wiped out soon. Many times Shekau has died and risen. It became more a joke to Nigerians when Showore told the press that Boko Haram members who were arrested eating good food and had access to TV in prison, if Boko Haram will be patted behind the back in private and the Nigerian army will be doing their best to clear them off the towns, then we might not see the end of the menace soon. Wow. Wow. Well, I just think this is a prediction of a 2020 and a lot of things that people have been saying. Of course, this year have been a very, very busy and very interesting. Whether you want to look at it maybe in a positive or a negative way, but overall, it's been a wonderful year. It's been very interesting, and a lot of people have been embarrassed. A lot of people would think that power belongs to them. I've really seen that anything can happen, and most of them will always say, "Oh, who made these people a judge? Who made them this? Who made them that?" And at the end of the day, they will find out that somebody will say there no be anything. She say there be anything. They were making math and all of that, and a lot of the letters that the senators even wrote to the Nigerian government, shows that really some people are really policemen of the world. There's no way you can push them behind or you wave them off, because you can't just do that. We have found out that most of those people who are really making math, oh, Nigeria is a sovereign country and all of that, all now wash, because they are just trying to put up bold faces. They are just trying to, put up grandstanding, and at the end of the day, nothing gone there for years. Just like some people will always say. So a lot of drama will continue in 2020 unless this government will do the needful. And I think from somehow stylishly they've been trying to come out to be friendly, to be nice to Nigerians. Very recently, Lai Mohammed was saying, oh, that the problem of a Nigeria debt should not be put on a Buhari alone. They want to start with this, complaint and all of that. And a lot of things have been exposed, concerning this government. But stylishly, they've been trying to, oh, we are going to do this, we are going to do that. They are trying to be more friendly. I don't know whether it is intentional or they are just trying to, because they are seeing the handwriting on the wall or not. And again, you've seen that Nigeria is in the watch list. They are going to battle with that one, according to what the spokesperson of the president said, that they are going to meet with the USA government. And also, the president, through some of the spokespeople, telling the Southeast that they should not worry, that everything is going to be fine. They are going to, look at their area, or they are even boasting, or they are even, praising themselves that they have been doing a lot of things to the Southeast, because that one is really a different ball game entirely. Because when it comes to the issue of Southeast, even the Southeast, to most of their political leaders, they don't even know where they belong to, because this Biafra hype up is really holding them. Is really holding them, and they themselves they don't know where to tilt to. And people always talk about one Nigeria, one Nigeria. Everyone have seen it, unless those who are really economical with the truth, they don't want to say the right thing, or they are ignorant of what has been happening. So a lot of things really happened this year, and a lot of things, will be carried over till next year. In some hours time we will be uh we'll be in 2020. So I just hope that the government will do the needful, most especially those who are the cabals. They should do the needful, or just to try to, put themselves to where they belong, because officially, constitutionally, they are not even known. The only person that is known is the president and the people he has appointed. But the name of Kaba is not something that is really, it's not a really constitutional. Just like what Lai Mohammed, no, not Lai Mohammed. What is this man's name? The Shehu Gaba. I say no, those Kabas, that Nigerians need to respect them. They are respectable Nigerians that needs to be respected, and more so, they are not hungry people and all of that. All those ones they are not really tenable. Of course, they have really agreed or accepted or confirmed that okay, of a truth, they have Kaba in the presidency, even while some of them are still living in the Aso Villa, which they are not supposed to be doing. So 2020 is going to be more interesting compared to what we have seen in 2019. And kudos to Shore, kudos to the J0WÑ, most especially Fani Kayode, and all this Odumake, Afenifere, or Aneze, people who have been speaking, who are always on the side of the masses, irrespective of the intimidation, the marginalization, and all of that. And we hope that again that this man will be released, Agba Jalingo. It should be released. I don't know what the problem is, because now the government is trying to shift the whole thing to the state, because they will believe that, or they believe that the state, is the one in charge of the whole thing. And somebody was talking about that, across board, whether PDP or APC, because the trend, the precedent that this particular government has already set, the state government too, they are following that. You can imagine charging Agba Jalingo for treasonable felony, because the guy tried to expose a lot of things happening. They are saying he wants to unseat the government. I don't know where they are getting all of these things from, because people who are saying the truth, the same thing that they really want to clamp down on Nigerians, so that Nigerians will not be able to speak, and they were bringing this hate speech bill, and the penalty will be death. You can imagine. And at the end of the day, we begin to hear a senator came, not we are hearing, a senator came and said Lai Mohammed is the one behind the hate speech bill. They are just trying to disguise, using Sabi Abdullahi to say, oh, he's the one presenting it. He presented before, and maybe they are using him again. Whichever way, Nigerians have known the truth, and no matter how they see try to, carpet some people, a lot of people will not be allowed to be carpeted. That's just the way it is. So I hope the government, they should have learned a big lesson, this period, which by next year they should put their hearts together, put everything in order, so that things will really work for them as well. Someone says this Nigerian government is not serious in Nigeria issues. Boko here, Boko people here and there, killing people like rats. Yes, Nigeria army are telling us that Boko Haram have been defeated. Technically, you looking at Trump as someone one is humiliate a president of your country, no matter what. I cannot tolerate a president of another country to belittle the president of my great nation. I have no other nation as Nigeria. And that's what somebody's saying. Somebody saying you are not really serious, your father, by saying that I don't know what this person is talking about. And this one says the game people we elected are playing on our intelligence is no longer a hidden game. Hear me, and hear me very well. If Christians are serving and worshiping a living God who says, I am the way, the truth, and the life, he who will abide, he will do the amazing things in no time in Nigeria. And that is what is going to really happen. Someone say Buhari government is not serious at all. The EU, US to start preparation for intervention force against genocide in Africa, most populated country. And someone say yes, it will be a good thing. But my own submission and my own conclusion is that let the government do the needful. Let them do the needful. They will not gain anything unless they have a agenda which people have been clamoring for. But if they know that they don't have agenda, they just do the needful. And after they must have done their part, they will leave the next 3 years, so that they will have peace. Because if you think that you want to carpet people, definitely it is not everybody that you'll be able to cow, or you'll be able to try to box. That's just the way I see it. It will be better for them to do the needful. They will have rest of mind. The masses of also will have the rest of mind. But if they have agenda, that is when you see that they will want to continue with the agenda. But if they don't have any agenda, definitely they will do the bidding of the people. So that's just the way I see it. So that both sides, whether from the masses side and their side, there will be peace all over the place. Not playing lip services all around. Oh, we are doing this, we are doing that, and your action is opposing what you are saying. At the end of the day, everything will just amount to rhetorics. So, guys, I would like to hear from you. Leave your comments below and let's hear your own take. Bye.